And the first email today comes to us from Darrell B, who writes, "Hey, John, the movie Hunter Killer is opening up this weekend, and even though there isn't any more major films opening up against it, and it has the weekend to itself practically, absolutely no one is talking about it. Is there any reason for optimism on this one?" All right, so yes, this weekend we got Hunter Killer opening, and you're not wrong. Nobody is talking about this movie. Nobody is talking about this movie, despite the fact that you've got a pretty decent cast in there. You got Gerard Butler, you got Common, who I really like Common as an actor. I like the roles, whether it's John Wick or anything else. I like it when Common pops up. But more importantly, you got Academy Award-winning actor Gary Oldman, who for ages was the world's greatest actor that didn't have an Oscar on his mantle. So you got this trio of guys, pretty solid. I mean, with Gary Oldman, you got more than solid. You got absolutely remarkable. But overall, it's a pretty solid cast. You know, submarine adventure. Looks like there's some action, all that kind of stuff. And yet, nobody is talking about it. As a matter of fact, Box Office Pro is projecting that this movie is going to come in under $9 million in its opening weekend. 9, not 90, not 19. It's going to come in under 9 million. Now, it might come a little higher, might come a little lower. But the fact of the matter is, you've got to, if you could have told somebody 3 years ago, submarine thriller with a bunch of action, trying to stave off a war between Russia and America. You got Gerard Butler, Gary Oldman coming in there, and you said the opening weekend of this thing was going to be south of $10 million. We all would have said you're nuts. We all would have said you got to be joking. You got to be kidding. That cannot be possible. And yet here we are. And you know what? It's not a matter. Sometimes tracking is off. I don't think tracking's off here. I seriously don't think tracking is off here. Like he brought up in the question, there is simply nobody talking about it. I am feeling no buzz from anybody, and it's opening this weekend. And to make it worse, nobody's talking about it when it's not even opening against anything. Let's take a look at this. Take a look at this, the opening weekend schedule this weekend. You got Hunter Killer. That is pretty much the only really big wide release film. You've got a faith-based movie called Indivisible. It's going to do its business with its demographic. That's fine. You got Johnny English. Look down there at the bottom of the screen there. You got Johnny English, but it's only opening in 500 screens. When we're talking about release dates, we talk a lot about the December 21st, that week where you got Mary Poppins, Bumblebee, Aquaman, Welcome to Morrowind, the Sherlock Holmes film. You got Mortal Engines, you got Spider-Man, the Spider-Verse. Everybody seemed to want to avoid Hunter Killer here, which I don't understand. And yet, in a weekend all to itself, still no buzz, still no chatter about it, and it's going to flop hard. So here's the question I have for you guys, honestly. Why do you think this is? Now, granted, the trailers weren't all that good, right? I mean, let's just call it what it is. The trailers for this movie have not been all that good, understandably. But have they been bad enough to bring in a movie with Gary Oldman and, you know, a sub-thriller adventure and all that kind of stuff, Gerard Butler? Have the trailers been so bad to have a movie with these guys make under $10 million? Like, seriously, it's not a facetious question, and it's not rhetorical. I'm honestly asking you guys, have the trailers been that bad? Like, see, to me, the trailers haven't been great, and the trailers haven't done anything to increase my excitement. But I didn't think they were so horrible that they decreased my interest, but maybe it was for you. You guys tell me, why is nobody talking about this movie, and why is this movie going to flop so hard this weekend? I want to know what you guys have to think. Jump down in the comments section below and let me know your thoughts.